This is the go-home show before this weekend's Money in the Bank, PLE. What will this edition of Raw tell us? We will find out. This is AM Talks WWE. Let's talk Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna start with the notable moments on this show. Jey Uso starts the show with a lot of hype entering through the arena. Yeet! Chad Gable tries to interrupt with a microphone and says yeet is not a word, along with saying that he survived the Wyatt 6 attacks and that he's ready for Money in the Bank. Jey Uso gets the better of Chad Gable in the ring for now, when we see a member of the Wyatt 6 scare off Chad Gable and passes another tape to Michael Cole for production to play later. World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest tells Dominik Mysterio to deal with this Liv Morgan stuff. He just talked to Rhea Ripley and she isn't happy. It's time to deal with Morgan, who is in the clubhouse for some reason. Morgan quickly leaves because her match is next, leaving Finn Balor to yell at Priest for not trusting anyone. Priest is ready to beat Seth Rollins on Saturday. We also see some funny deja vu sequences between Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan. Finn Balor interrupts a hyped up Seth Rollins in the ring and says he's in a bad mood because everything is changing. Damian Priest shows up and Rollins thinks it's a trap. Priest accuses Balor of getting in his business. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins attacks Finn Balor and Priest hits his finisher on Seth. Later on, we see Damian Priest telling Finn Balor that he appreciates the help, but he has this on Saturday. Balor seems to accept that. We get the Wyatt's video from earlier with another interview between Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas. Howdy is asking Dallas what was he thinking, and Dallas says they are the ones who were forgotten. They were clay in the hands of the potter, and now they are a family. The false prophets must pay for their sins. They talk about being the reckoning, and their voices start to merge together. Then Howdy disappears, leaving Dallas to say he sets them free. Then Dallas disappears, with Howdy popping back in to say, "There you are," which I'm assuming was true last week as well. They are sitting in the Firefly Funhouse. Good stuff here again, as the motivations are continuing to be revealed. That's better than having them attack people every single week, which will make their attacks more important. Chad Gable tries to talk to Otis into coming back into the fold, but Otis isn't convinced. The rest of the former Alpha Academy shows up to stand by Otis. Here is the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn for a chat. He knows people are thinking Braun Breaker is going to run through the match with him, so here is Braun Breaker to interrupt. Breaker knows Zayn has guts after he accepted the challenge, but it also shows that Zayn is crazy. Breaker promises to win the title, but Zayn has heard that too many times. Zayn thinks Breaker might not be as smart as he says he is, and then Breaker spears him in half. Breaker goes to leave and tries the big run around the ring, gathering momentum, only then to spear into the steps instead. Zayn dodges this and suplexes him into the corner and sets up the haluva kick. Breaker ends up spearing him in half again. Good stuff here, with the last spear looking awesome. Post-main event, Drew McIntyre promises to win the briefcase and shows off the stolen CM Punk bracelet. Let's talk about the match results on the show. In the first match, Xavier Woods wins against Karrion Kross. In the second match, Women's World Champion Liv Morgan retains her championship against Zelina Vega. In the third match, Zoe Stark wins against Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile to qualify for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. In the fourth match, Rey Mysterio wins against Dominik Mysterio. In the main event of Monday Night Raw, Drew McIntyre wins against Sheamus and Ilya Dragunov to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Overall, this show had good in-ring matches while setting the stage for this weekend and kept us thinking about what will happen after the PLE. This is AM Talks WWE. Stay tuned in for more.